Hi Chewies, here's Alexander again, and welcome to my next painting tutorial. This time we will paint a Khorgorath out of the Age of Sigmar starter box. As you can see, and as I have told you in my last video, I have modified him a little bit. I have switched out his previous head with this tiny little bone head. Oh, that wasn't for me, so I took the head from an Chaos Spawn kit, the Khorne one. I sliced it up here in the back, glued it on, added a little bit of liquid green stuff, and voila, we have a nice new head. So, at first, we want to prime this miniature. So, at a first glance, at a miniature that is primarily painted in red, you may want to pick up Mephiston Red, but I won't do that. I won't prime it in Mephiston Red. I will prime it in Human Flesh from the Army Painter. Why, you ask? Well, if you have a look at this model, it may be primarily red from the skin tone, but there are lots and lots of skull parts and bone parts on this miniature all over the place, and actually it is easier to paint the skin afterwards in red than spray prime him in red and pick out every little skull here in a base coat color for the bone parts. So I will prime him now in, like I said, Human Flesh from Army Painter, and I will be back when he is primed and dry. Okie dokie, here you have now the Khorgorath nice and primed, and what we are doing now is paint the skin in the first coat, and for that we use a mixture of Khorne red and Rhinox hide to make a real nice dark red tone. And make sure you mix up enough paint to cover the whole miniature. So I would say 3 drops of Khorne red, and then we will add 2 drops of Rhinox hide. Mix that all good together. Then we will drop in some water, like that, 2 drops. And then we simply start applying that stuff. Use a big brush for the first coats going around all the bone parts. We will take a smaller brush after the first layers are applied, and then we will fine paint around the bone parts. So be careful not to hit too much of the bone with the red. Just to make it fast, and then we pick up the details. So I will finish up that step and be right back. So Chewies, so does he look after the first coat of red. As you can see, I have spared all the bone parts. Here and there I have painted over it a little bit, but that doesn't matter. The overall look that we have now, the bone parts separate, is worth it. So now we get messy with some Agrax Earthshade. Take a messy big brush, and then we will coat all the bone parts in this shade color. Quite easy, just dip it into the recesses, and we are good to go. Just like that. See? Okay, I will finish up this step and be right back when he's dry. Okie dokie, Chubby. So does he look after the wash is dry? I gave him a good and nice drying time of 3 days. Well, normally maybe an hour or 2 would be enough, but I had stuff to do in my real life, so, well, we will now continue with highlighting now with Khorne Red. So just put some on your palette. And then we will start picking out all the muscles, the muscle packs, and we will paint them. And be sure to leave a little line between those muscle packs of the old color, so that we can really nice determine the different muscle areas. See? Just like that. So, here we have areas where he has some scars, and for this part we will completely ignore the scars. We simply will paint over them as though they were part of the muscle group they are part of. Simply because we will later go over them with a pink color to make them like scars. So, really easy, just pick out the muscle and paint over it, just like that. See? Very easy. So I will continue now with the highlighting process in this color, and I will see you when this is done. So Tubies, there we have him with his first coat of highlight is done. I know you can't see it very well right now, but this will change with the next highlight. As you can see, I have spared out the Khorne symbol in his chest, and the next highlight color will be Mephiston Red. So, give it a good shake. And then apply it to your palette. Add a little bit of water, like usual. Adjust the amount of paint on your brush. And then we start highlighting again. And now we focus even more on the top of the muscles, and also, like before, we leave a little bit of the old color behind to make a nice transition. Just like that. See? Go. You can go over the surfaces like that with a flat side of the brush to pick up the high spots. It's a little bit like dry brushing, but with much more paint on the brush than with dry brushing. With this wet overbrushing, you avoid this granule look to the miniature that you get with pure dry brushing, and I really don't like that. So with that, it's much more controllable. See, just like that. And be careful when you have like there little hairs on your miniature. You can grab a little toothpick and gently pick that aside. There we have it. Okay. And then you go over the area again to fix the mistakes. Okay, like usual, I will finish up this process now and be right back. So tubies, there I'm back now, and as you can see, I have prepared now the sword with here the different layers to well, prepare the underground for the wet blending. And as you can see here on the palette, I have prepared 2 drops of Lamian medium, this stuff here, and I really have a strange feeling right now. So as if I'm in the wrong video, but doesn't matter. So I will prepare now the colors for the wet blending. Here I use Mephiston Red. So I mix it into the first Lamian medium here, and then I use now the Troll Slayer Orange. Mix it into the other part of the Lamian medium. So just like that. And now I take some yellow, Flesh Gets Yellow, pure, and then I will start with the wet blending. So I will layer out the yellow here real quickly, just like that. And then I will grab some of the orange and paint that on here, like that. Grab again some of the yellow and start blending those two together. And then I grab some of the red down here, pull it up and mix it right on the blade. More orange. Just like that, we got a real nice transition. So, again, some of the yellow, mix it directly on the blade, going back and forth. There we go, a nice blended sword. Be right back. So there I'm back, and the skin is highlighted with a second coat, as you can see. It's nicely done. And now we go for the last highlight. This is now with Evil Sun's Scarlet. So, like usual, on the palette, water in it, wash your brush properly, and then we will highlight now the real deal, the top parts here. We don't need to hit now everything, just what you think are the most top spots that would shine, like for example here, these lines. Oh, there, I have a cat hair flowing on my brush. It's not good. So, like here. Then here a little bit. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Again here. Not good. And don't worry, it will darken down a little bit when it is dry, so you won't see those strokes so much like you can see them now. At places like that you can use, of course, the side of the brush to highlight those areas. Those are things that you will learn over time, how to properly use your brush to the fullest. You learn brush control with every miniature that you will paint. And over time you will get faster and faster at painting. You will get more confident with each brush stroke. Just a stroke here and there, and we can make him pretty. At parts like that, it helps if you make slight curves with your highlight to pop out the curviness of this surface even more. So, and don't forget, you don't want to use your insane detail brush on stuff like that. A bigger brush is better for this stuff than small brushes. You have much more control with a bigger brush, and also a bigger brush holds a lot more color than a small brush, so you don't have to re-grab your paint every 2 strokes. So, I think we are almost done with this highlighting step. Yep. Here a little bit more. Here is weapon arm. Yeah, and I think we are done with this step. Okay. So, be right back for the next step.